It's August with a little fall temps in the air. Around here, that means Hardin County football is back. The Tigers are hungry to start the 2023 season after a long, hot summer in camp. Also, to get the sting out of a second-round loss in the state tournament behind them. That ain't no good. Trying to get on the air. Speaking of being on the air, around here that means Hardin County football is back. The Tigers are hungry to start the 2023 season after a long, hot summer in camp. Also, to get the sting out of a second-round loss in the state tournament behind them. Some new names you will hear and some very familiar names. Holy crap. Pregame show brought to you by Central Bank. We appreciate you tuning in. I'm Steve Cornell, along with Kurt Carroll and Kendall Atkinson, and this is the Central Bank Pregame Show. As always, Charm, this is a Central Bank pregame show. I'm Steve Cornell along with Kurt Carroll and Kendall Atkinson, and our calls keep dropping up here. We're at home. This usually only happens when we're on the road, but for some reason it's happening here up in the press box. But taking a look at tonight's game, the Tigers come in 7-4 overall last year, 4-1 in the region, and they lost in the second round to Pearl Cone that ended their season over there. MBA out of Memphis Business Academy, the execs come in 2-8 last season. They have a new coach, and that's about all we know over there. Not a whole lot of information. We do know they're dressed in white shirts, white pants, and black helmets. That we do know. But let's take a look at the Tigers for this year. A couple of key components, Kurt, for Hardin County, at the high school level, kids rotate out pretty frequently. So the coaching staff, they're always having to try to figure out what they're going to do for the next year, move people around, and that's kind of the way this season is going to start out. But we got a 3-year starting quarterback. Carter Smith is back, and also on the defensive side in the middle, Big Adam Harris. So 2 key components on both sides of the ball.
Well, it's one of the things that it's kind of like giving birth every year. You don't know what the baby's going to be like until you see it, and we're kind of in that mode right now. All in all, Kendall don't give me those looks because I just had a grandson, and he was 10 pounds 6 ounces, and he looked really good compared to a 6-pounder. So I mean, all in all, that was what I thought about. This team, we got to see them in the Jamboree, and they looked pretty sharp in the Jamboree. They had some flash plays. You got Saunders back. We knew he was going to be a good running back, and he showed out in the Jamboree. He had 2 or 3 of those explosive runs of 40 yards. And Carter Smith, we know what he's got. And he can spin the football, and he's going to throw it. London, I know watching him, he's grown up since last year, looks really good. You've got Heyman on the outside, is 2 targets to throw to. I think they're going to be a pretty solid football team, but it's always going to come back to that 3 yards off the line of scrimmage, what the D-line, O-line, and your linebackers do to keep you in the game.
Kendall, some changes like he was talking about that I had written down, but it's worth noting Jack Gray has been moved primarily to corner this year on the defensive side. He'll probably see some wide receiver from time to time, but most of his playing time is going to be on the defensive side. Cam Heyman is going to be on the other corner on the other side. He played receiver last year, but this year he's going to have a role as the backup running back. And then, of course, you got Saunders back. He was the backup running back last year, and they're looking for big things from him.
Yeah, you're going to see some guys that got flip-flopped around from last year with Jack being on the defensive side primarily. I'm really intrigued by the running back position just because we've got a little bit more versatility with Cam out of the backfield. We can, he's a really good pass catcher, so we can kind of put him out wide and bring him back into the running back position. So, obviously tonight we don't know much about this other group that we're playing, but I think it's another opportunity for us to go out there and really put our best on the field.
All right, we're at Jim Carroll Stadium. It's opening night here in the Jungle. 2023 season is fixing to kick off in just a few minutes, and we'll take a look at the season ahead coming up in just a bit. We'll talk more about this game, though, after we take this quick timeout. You're listening to the Central Bank pregame show. We'll be back right after this.
As we start the game,
Jim Carroll Stadium. This is the Central Bank pregame show as the Pride is marching into the north end zone. The Tigers have taken it back into the locker room. MBA still out on the field. Here, they've been here a while. I was up here around 4 o'clock, and they got here about then. So they've spent some time over here. Let's talk about more about the Tigers this year. Of course, defensive side. Last year, Kirk, we were really young at the linebacker spot. We got 3 linebackers with playing experience now. A lot of pressure is going to be put on them. Of course, you got Big Harris up front and a really big defensive line. You got Sam Tanner coming back. Braden Wilkes is out. He was a big part of the defense playing at safety. You got to replace him. So there's a lot of players on that side of the football field that are going to get their first playing experience.
Yeah, and like you were talking about Braden. Braden was quarterback in the secondary, and you got to replace that. Linebackers, what we saw in the Jamboree were really active. I mean, we got after it. I think in that Jamboree, McNary had 1 quarterback run that was around 25, 30 yards. Other than that, we were pretty much making plays behind the line of scrimmage the rest of the ball game. A lot of guys flying to the football. That was more impressive to me than the offense. I was expecting the offense to look like they looked. They were crisp and sharp. Had some really big running lanes. We got great size on both sides of the ball on the line of scrimmage. That doesn't always translate into making tackles, but it's better to be bigger than it is to be small. So, I mean, I think all in all, both sides of the line looked pretty good. Defense surprised me. They looked better than I was expecting. So I hope that carries on into the season.
All right, we'll take a quick timeout. The national anthem is being played here at Jim Carroll Stadium. We'll be back with more of the Tiger pregame show brought to you by Central Bank after the All right, welcome back to Jim Carroll Stadium. I'm Steve Cornell along with Kurt Carroll and Kendall Atkinson bringing you the action here in the jungle. It's the opening game of the 2023 football season. Kendall, kind of building on what Kirk was talking about, Jacob Saunders, he's going to be a big part of this offense. He's got a big offensive line in front of him, but he's going to be a big part of it, not only in the running game, but hopefully in the passing game as well.
Yeah, I think he's going to pick up right where he left off last year. We know he's a good runner. We know he can catch the football, and we know he's fast. And so I think you just make him a better player when you give him a counterpart like Heyman. It just makes him want to, be that go-getter that we need on offense. So I'm really excited to see what Saunders brings to the table this year.
Yeah, and we don't want to forget the kicking game. Nolan Foster's back, and that's going to help. This will be his second year with the kicking duties. So, Nolan played a big part last year, kicked a couple of field goals, had some big extra points during games.
Doesn't have a big leg as far as being able to kick for distance. It's not his strength, but he's been accurate on the shorter field goals and on the extra points. And I'm sure that's what Coach Smith wants. That's another thing that we hadn't talked about is over the years since he's been the head coach, we've seen him run several different sets on the offense, and he's calling the plays. At least he did last year. Robin's up here with us. We can ask him. Is he still running the offense? He calling the plays on offense? Is Matthew still calling the plays? So, yeah, and we've seen him kind of play to their strengths. I think one of his strong points as a coach is being able to kind of build a system around the players that he has, and that's what we're going to look forward to tonight, is kind of to see if they're going to stay in that 50-50 balance run pass, or are they going to be pass heavy because Carter's can really throw the ball, or are they going to be run oriented because they've got a really good line and a good running back.
Kendall, when you start out a game like this, you go back, you're the most recent one that's played.
Yeah, that's not about 30 years.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a compliment.
Well, you were. I mean, me and Kirk are getting older. It's tough for us to even think about things. But playing a team like this opening night, where you see other teams, I've noticed in some of the scheduling, where they're starting out with some really tough opponents. But we got this team tonight. We got a really tough opponent coming in next week. So does this type game help us? Or just give us some film work, or
Well, I think that all just goes back to leadership and mentality. You've got to get off on the right foot when it comes to focus and establishing routines in practice, and being really disciplined just on the practice field in general, and let that carry over. Anytime you get into some gray area when you start looking ahead to different teams, and this year, the schedule that we do have, that's going to be something we've just got to play it week to week. I think if we start looking ahead, it's really going to backfire on us. So we just got to handle business, which I think we're going to do tonight.
Looking around the region, last night, South Gibson, new in our region. They'll be the week 3 opponent. They lost to Milan last night, 28-21. Other games going on, Scotts Hill will be at Lexington, Ripley at Southside, Northside at Crockett County, and Chester County will be at TCA. You were talking about our schedule next week. I'm going to have to kind of do this by memory, but we got Giles County, a team that we haven't played in a while. South Gibson coming in after that. We've got a go to Northside and Southside. Northside, we played them. They're in the region now. Haywood coming later on in week 7. So we've got a lot of teams that are coming in here. Of course, Memphis East is no foe. So, well, they're coming down here. You bought a game. They were 5-6 last year, but 5-1 in their region.
Yeah, you can't call Memphis East a buy-in. They're going to bring a lot to the table when it comes to how they play football.
Yeah, the teams, Kirk, you won't see. Of course, McNary, they moved down and moved out of the region. Adamsville couldn't find a place for us. They moved in a new region. We lost USJ. We lost Milan. Teams like that. The Milan game was, and the USJ game was kind of building a little bit into some small rivalries out of district.
Well, one of the things that is a compliment to your programs when you have a hard time finding games. I mean, teams are not wanting to play us, and Adamsville dropped us off their schedule. I don't blame them, but it's still a good indication when you're really having to struggle to find games and you have to travel further. I mean, some of your better teams like South Panola, Mississippi, those big 5A schools, they have to travel out of state to get a game. And we haven't really done that, but I know from talking to Coach Smith that they've had trouble scheduling, and he really did want to put some good teams on the schedule this year. And it makes you better playing good teams because it's a good measuring stick. You see where you stand and what you need to do to improve. But on the other side, from the mental side, I think playing anybody that you beat, and if you beat them severely, I think it gives you confidence. Florida, everybody talked about Spurrier starting the season with 3 fluff games every year, and they beat the fire out of all 3, and then we would play them in the 4th game. And we would always say, well, they hadn't played a good team, and then they beat us. So, I mean, I don't know how much that plays in, but I'd rather play good teams and know who I am than play these fluff games.
All right, we'll take a timeout. You've been listening to the Central Bank pregame show. We're just a few minutes away from the kickoff here at Jim Carroll Stadium as we'll kick off the 2023 season. The Pride is out on the field. They formed the T. They're waiting on the Tigers to come out of the locker room. So we'll have a kickoff when we return. This is Hardin County football right here on 93.5 FM. Back after this. Well, the Tigers are in the north end zone. The Pride has formed the tee, and we're getting set for football here in Hardin County as we open the 2023 season, as the Tigers will take on MBA. And here comes your Hardin County Tigers as they race onto the field. Stay tuned for the opening kickoff. You're listening to Tiger Football right here on 93.5 FM. Back after this. For the kickoff to open up the 2023 season, MBA won the toss. They elect to receive, so the Tigers will kick it away. If you're tuning in to 93.5 FM, you can also catch us at WKWXFM.com, the WKWX app, and streaming live on YouTube channel Slice 93. Big crowd on hand for the home opener. Great tailgate party. The walkthrough was exciting too for the players. But now we're down and getting set to kick it off as Nolan Foster will spot it at the 45. Trying to get a number, see who's back deep. That's number 1. Remain Richmond. Standing about the 10-yard line. Also, Connor Lurie.
They're offside right now. They're going to have to move them back. They're standing 5 yards from the kicker. Lord have mercy. What's bad? Thank you.
Well, Nolan lined it up at the 40.
Well, he almost got away with it.
Yeah. So Foster now, I think we're set to go. As they wait for the official, he chops it in. Foster approaches the ball, and it's football time in Hardin County. A short end-over-end kick. It's going to be taken at the 30-yard line, and he's going to fall down there. That's Richmond. So it'll be first down, 1st and 10, MBA. At their own 31-yard line.
You keep saying that MBA, we'll be saying Montgomery Bell Academy before it's
No, I think we'd know the difference.
I think we would.
First down, 1st and 10 for MBA as they try to get everybody lined up. Quarterback tonight is Watkins. So he'll be in a shotgun formation, receiver to the right, tailback right behind him. Now they're running on a player late, and they're trying to get lined up. Now they get them lined up. Okay, now. 4-man front for Hardin County. Here's a snap, a pitch to the tailback, trying to get outside, and he's going to be knocked down behind the 30, about the 29-yard line. That was like Sam Tanner.
Yeah, who was the linebacker that made those plays out on the wings in the backfield for us during that jamboree the other night? Do you remember?
That was Tanner a lot. And Tibble. So the second down, 2nd and 12. Ball back at the 29 now of the Executives. Watkins brings them to the line. This time he'll send 2 receivers to the right. They're going from the south to the north end zone. Tailback stands to his right. 4-man front for the Tigers. Here's a snap. Hand off to the tailback. Has running room right up the middle. And he goes across the 40, the 45, down close to midfield at the 50-yard line. He'll pick up a first down. Once he got past the line of scrimmage.
Going tempo.
Yep. So he had first down, 1st and 10 from their 49-yard line. Here's the snap. Hand off to the tailback again. They're going to try that same side. He's got running room going down the sideline at the 30, at the 25, and knocked out of bounds. And here comes the flag as they're going to get Heyman as he run him up into the fence. Same play twice in a row. And a big, huge gap there both times.
Well, they're spreading it out, going tempo. Kind of reminiscent of the way Tennessee tries to get outside the hashes and moving guys out of the middle, and he's just using his athleticism.
They're going to add another 15 on to the carry, personal foul on the Tigers, so that'll move it down to the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal from the 10. So a tackle for a loss and then 2 big hitters for MBA. First down, 1st and goal. Man in motion. They'll give it to him. Coming across the right side, turns it up at the 5 and into the end zone. Touchdown.
Outrunning us, basically, is what it amounts to. They're just outrunning us to the point of attack. They're going to have to adjust to that. I mean, the angles are bad, and he's got some pops.
So NBA scores first. With 10:06 to go here in the first quarter. And the Tiger faithful over here is shocked. The sideline is shocked. I seen Coach Smith turn around looking at his coaching staff like, what are we doing? I mean, they made it look pretty easy. As they'll go for 2. The ball will be spotted at the 3. They'll come to the line, shotgun formation, trying to get lined up. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Tailback right behind Watkins, the quarterback. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Watkins right up the middle. Breaks a tackle, and he'll be knocked down there. That was a good play by Caleb Franks to knock him down. And the 2-point conversion is no good. 10:06 to go. The NBA strikes first. 6-0 our score. We'll take a quick timeout. This is Hardin County Football on 93.5 FM. Welcome back to Jim Carroll Stadium as NBA takes the opening drive. They go 4 plays, 69 yards, and they go in from 10 yards out. The 2-point conversion, no good. 6-0 our score. Nothing fancy. Just outrunning us, really.
Well, the other thing, too, is we really didn't get a hand on them. I mean, until the end of the run. It was not like they were breaking multiple tackles and we had people there. They were just running in space.
Anderson will kick it off. Here's a high end-over-end kick. It's going to be taken at the 10, at the 20, 25, at the 30, still on his feet and knocked down at the 35-yard line. That's Jack Gray on the return.
Blankenship.
I thought it was 10. Blankenship on the return. So the Tigers will have it. First down, 1st and 10 at their own 35. Smith, the quarterback, he'll send 2 receivers to the right, 1 here to the near side. Here's a snap, give it to Saunders, whistles blow, and it's going to be offsides on NBA.
Must have lined up in the neutral zone. I didn't really see anybody jump early.
Weeks will be your tight end. London Rose out here at receiver, 1 receiver. Wes Blankenship, your slot.
I know one thing, that particular play, Saunders was fixing to go for about 20 before he got touched.
Shotgun formation, here's a snap. Saunders has it right up the middle. He's at the 45, and he's going to be knocked down at the 50-yard line, but that'll be enough for Hardin County Bank 1st and 10 Tigers.
Saunders on the 30, picks up a Hardin County 1st down. Chapman on the tackle.
First down, 1st and 10 Tigers. The ball rests at the 50-yard line. Smith in a shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right, 1 here to the near side. Here's a snap. Saunders left side, has running room at the 45, cuts it outside at the 40, at the 35, still on his feet at the 30, and he's going to run out of bounds inside the 30 to about the 28. Another Hardin County Bank 1st and 10 for Jacob Saunders.
Good run, good hold run through.
Yeah, he's a hard runner. He's a really good running back.
So first down, 1st and 10 from the execs' 28-yard line. 9:14 to go here in the first quarter. They lead it 6-0.
Man coverage, single safety on top.
Here's a snap. Hand off to Saunders again. Cuts it back inside this time off of Rose as he goes across the 20 down to about the 16. That'll be close to another first down. It will be another Hardin County Bank 1st and 10 Tigers.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep.
Yeah, oh, that's true too. I mean, they had run for less than 8 yards.
I mean, we're just gashing them.
This drive started at our own 35, 3 first downs in a row, and now I think we may have a timeout. The NBA wants to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout with them. 8:49 to go, 6-0 our score. NBA on top, Tigers driving. We'll be back. $8:49 to go here in the first quarter. 6-0 our score as NBA went 69 yards on 4 plays, scored from 10 yards out, but the Tigers are on a drive of their own. This one started at their own 35. First down, 1st and 10 at the 17. Here's Saunders, right side, trying to get outside, and this time they come up and make the grab.
Keyshawn Poole.
Yeah, that's Poole on the tight end. Yeah, he looked like he came up from his safety spot, just read it and took off running and met Saunders over there for a 2-yard loss. Second down, or they're going to say a yard. Second down, 2nd and 11.
They've got some athletic guys.
Oh, they got some speed too.
Trying to get lined up. They'll go with a 3-man front this time. Hardin County will send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation. Saunders a tailback. Look, here's a snap. Looking, still looking, fires in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Man, Saunders ran the wheel route, was out there just like, he was out there doing jumping jacks. He was so wide open. Good job by Carter to find him. Carter kind of was flushed a little bit to his left, and Saunders back on the right side, but the offensive line did such a good job. He had time to look back across the field, make the throw.
So Saunders on the touchdown catch, 17 yards. Nolan Foster in for the kick. High end over end kick, and it's good. 7:57 to go, 7-6 our score. Tigers on top. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back after this. The Tigers answered with a scoring drive.
Tigers went 60 yards on 5 plays with Carter Smith connecting with Jacob Saunders for 12 yards out to put the Tigers up 7-6 here in the first quarter.
So Foster will kick it from the 40.
Well, they're offside right now.
Here's a Peeps kick to the right.
Didn't call
It's
it.
going to be taken here. Will slip at the 34-yard line where they'll take over. First down, 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Did you see that, Kendall?
I didn't see
One of the 5 upbacks was straddling the 50-yard line. I mean, he had 1 foot on one side and 1 foot on the other. He was offside for. Nah, we ain't gonna call that.
I want to remind you that the scoring drive, I forgot to say this, powered by Jones.
Well, I forgot to say that. My apologies.
I know one thing. I hope defense steps up. This could be a 108 to 105 game.
So Watkins will bring them to the line. This time he'll have two backs in the backfield, two receivers. They're stacked up over here to the right, one to the far side. Four-man front for Hardin County. Here's a snap. They'll give it to the tailback, trying the right side. And good job there by Sam Tanner. This time he didn't fake Sam out. Sam came up. He took his legs out from under him, about a 2-yard loss.
Well, they had good gap detail then. He didn't have anywhere to cut back. He had to keep pushing it out, and Tanner did his job. Just came up and set the edge, and he didn't have anywhere to go.
Second down, 2nd and 12 from the Executives. 32. Tigers in all maroon, maroon pants, maroon shirt, maroon helmet for this home opener. Now they'll stack it up to the left. One receiver here to the near side, two backs, one directly behind Watkins in the shotgun formation. Four-man front. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Watkins, almost fumbled the football. He goes across the 32 to 31. Loses about another yard, I think. So it'll bring up a 3rd down, 3rd and 13. Well, they're going to give it a line of scrimmage. 3rd down, 3rd and 12. 3rd down, 3rd and 12. As Watkins goes over to the sideline to get a play. The Tigers will be home for the first 4. Next week, Giles County from Pulaski will be in town. That should be a good matchup. Giles County lost in the semifinals last season to Alcoa for a chance to go play in the state tournament, state championship. Now they'll go two receivers left, one here to the near side, in tight. Here's a snap. Looks. Now he fires a little flare pass to the tailback out of his reach, and it falls incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I know what that quarterback was thinking. Big Adam Harris.
Yeah, get rid of it.
Quick.
Poole was the intended receiver, so they'll send out their punt team on 4th down, 4th and 13, back deep for the Tigers is Jack Gray. Jack will stand about his 35, 34-yard line.
It's going to be Rivera.
Yeah, Rivera will come in and kick as they try to get everybody lined up. Now they do. Tigers may try to go after this one. Here's a snap. Rivera will get it away, a knuckleball. It'll hit at the 40. It'll take an executive bounce inside the 35. I feel really weird saying that, at the 31.
I mean, how you get fired up playing the executive? They all have their briefcase with them.
Well, that's what my wife, she said, what's your mascot? I said, I guess a kid running around with a suit and tie on and a briefcase.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, first down, 1st and 10 as they punt it back to the Tigers. Tigers on top, 7-6, 5:20 to go here in the first. Smith will bring them out.
Well, we got one man covering two.
The executives.
Mario Reich out here at receiver. Here's a snap. They'll hand it at the middle to Saunders. He's at the 35, still on his feet, and knocked down about the 36. He was the other receiver.
I mean,
The roster I had has some numbers on it.
I mean, that's a 5-yard run.
It's one of his worst ones, too.
Yeah, I mean, it was this left side. When they run the left side, man, there's a lot of lanes right there.
2nd down, 2nd and 6 for the Tigers. Ball resting right at the 36. Two receivers right, two receivers left. Saunders to the left of Smith. Four-man front now for the Executives. Now he'll put Saunders in motion, and here comes a flag, and they're going to get him for being off size again. Must have lined up that way.
Yeah, I think that 52 is good. his head in the neutral zone.
So it should make it 2nd and 1. And the Tigers will get 5 yards on the penalty. 2nd down, 2nd and 1 now. Same formation, 2 receivers to the right.
What do you do?
2 to the left.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He got 5 yards on that first run. 5-yard penalty and a 5-yard run. That's usually.
I was looking at the scoreboard there with 2nd down and 6. So it is 1st down. Now they'll go 2 left, 1 to the right. Man in motion, back to the right. Here's a snap. Carter looking, fires downfield. Got a man open and off the fingertips, a Blankenship.
Great pass.
Perfect. Man, what a pass.
Had a step right in his hands.
Outside
and just couldn't do it.
I'll tell you something, though. You're talking about the speed. He had to run out to the football to throw. I mean, he led him just right. But that corner, he caught him. I mean, he had him 3 steps halfway, and then caught him in about 15 yards. So they've got some wheels.
Shotgun formation. Here's a snap. Saunders up the middle this time. He's going to be hit and wrapped up, but he spins forward to the 45. So that'll bring up a 3rd down, 3rd, and looks like about 6, maybe 7.
I've never seen this either, where safety looks like he's back for a punt.
Now they'll go with Weeks.
Yeah, I mean, safety's 35 yards off the ball. They ought to be able to run a post route.
Weeks and Rose to the right. Blankenship and White to his left. Here's a pass to Weeks. Catches it at the 30, bounces off a defender at the 25, and he's going to be knocked down close to the 20. That'll be enough for a Hardin County Bank 1st and 10, and a nice throw and a nice catch by Ryan Weeks.
Well, that's what we're talking about. The safety 35, 40 yards off the ball, he couldn't get there. I mean, he's playing normal depth. He's in on that play.
So that'll bring up 1st down, 1st and 10 at NBA's 20. Tigers on top, 7-6 with 3:17 to go here in the 1st quarter. Now they'll go 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Saunders will stand to Carter's left, shotgun formation, 4-man front. Here's a snap. He'll give it to Saunders, trying the right side, has a little bit of running room, and just bulls forward close to the 15. They'll spot it right around the 16.
Good job. Good job offensive line. They're 4 yards downfield pushing people. It's going to be hard for them to stay in the game if they're giving up that much ground to the offensive line. They could run all night.
They'll give him the 16. It'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 6. 2 receivers left now, 1 to the right, and long receiver over there is Rose. Looks like in single coverage over there. He snaps in, and here comes a whistle again.
I think they're offside again.
Yep. Another offside penalty on the executives, and
It's that same guy's having.
No, don't go that way, it's the other way.
That 52 is leaning.
so let's see if this is enough for a 1st down. I think he's going to be about a yard short this time. So it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 1. They'll spot the ball right at the 11-yard line. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers left, 1 to the far side. Here's a snap. Handoff Saunders trying to get outside, and he's going to be caught from behind as they just swarm him over there. He'll get to the 10. That should be enough for the 1st down. They may want to look at it. I don't know. They hadn't. And I think it is. Hardin County making 1st and 10 Tigers as they'll spot it inside the 10.
Who would have scored if they had tearaway jerseys?
1st and goal for Hardin County. 1:45 to go here in the 1st quarter. 7-6 our score.
That fast little backer got his shirt and just hung on for dear life.
Here's a snap. Saunders right up the middle, has running room, and he lowers his head at the 5, falls forward to about the 4. So it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and goal from the 4. Tigers line it back up. They're going quick now. Receiver right and left. Here's a snap. Saunders again. Man in the backfield this time is going to wrap him up. No, Carter has it. dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Hardin County. Boy, you got me. You know, I just seen that play with Manning, you know.
That Peyton Manning stuff there.
A good fake by Saunders. I thought he had it all the way. So Smith goes in from 4 yards out. Let's give credit where credit's due. And that'll bring in Nolan Foster for the extra point. Here's the snap. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 11 to go here in the first quarter. 14-6 our score. We'll take a quick timeout. This is Hardin County football right here on 93.5 FM.
Scoring drive powered by Jones Motor Company. The Tigers go 8 plays, 68 yards with a 4-yard touchdown run by Carter Smith to extend the lead to 14-6.
Here's Foster's kick, another short end-over-end kick. This time they let it go, and it'll go out of bounds. And MBA will get good field position here.
We kind of quit on that, it looked like. I mean, I think if he had been sprinting it down the sideline the whole way, we might could have recovered that. Everybody just kind of, they didn't make an attempt to catch a ball, and we didn't make an attempt to get to it.
They'll get the ball at the 35. There you go. So it'll be first down, 1st and 10, NBA at their own 35 with 1:08 to go here in the first quarter. 14-6 our score. Tigers on top. NBA scored on their opening drive, and the Tigers have scored their last 2 drives after NBA had to punt it in their second possession. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers right, 1 to left. Looking, under pressure now. Ducks under, and this time is going to be pile drive by Harris.
He won't do that again.
As he picked up a couple of yards, but as he was trying to make his cut back to the middle of the field, Adam caught up with him, and yeah, he might not want to do that again.
No, he won't do that.
That's good work. I mean, that's his job. He flushed him out of the pocket, and the quarterback got a head start on him, and he didn't quit. He kept chasing the play, and good things happen when you chase football.
Pick up a 3 by Watkins, so that'll bring up second down. 2nd and 7, ball at the 38. 2 receivers to the left, 1 here to the near side. Now they'll get another receiver out here wide right.
Covered up.
Here comes a man in motion. They'll hand it off to the motion man, cuts it back, looking for a lane. Now he's going to go back across the field, going down the sideline, and he's going to be caught from behind. Enough for a first down. They're not going to knock him down about the 45 of the Tigers.
Oh, Harris, he knocked somebody out. He just wasn't the guy with the football.
That was Lurie on the run for MBA. Fire drill there, and they about took it to the house. But a good play by Hardin County to get him from behind. It'll be first down, 1st and 10. As the clock winds down, that'll be the end of the first quarter. After 1 quarter of play, Hardin County 14, MBA 6. You're listening to Tiger Football right here on 93.5 FM. We'll be back. Hey, your Sports Saturday starts in the morning at 8 a.m. with Coach to Coach Doug Matthews and Dave McGinnis. We'll get you ready for SEC football. And then Sports Talk at 9. Me, Kirk, and Coach Smith will be there. We'll talk about tonight's game and get you set for next week. Right now, we got some business to tend to. First down, 1st and 10. Inside handoff. This time it's going to be snuffed out and not backwards.
That's just the old counter tray, Green Bay Packers. They just didn't create a lane. Good job on right side of Hardin County defense. I mean, they just pretty much snuffed it.
Owen Roberts on the tackle for the Tigers. So to bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 10.
I tell you what, though, they've got some speed, and they've got some boys that are built for long winners. I mean, they've got some big guys on their offensive line.
I mean,
built for long winners. Ain't got no speed. 2nd and 10 from the Tigers 45. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the near side. Looking to his left, under pressure, still under pressure. Pocket collapses, and he's going to be sacked. Big Harris finally wraps him up, and he knocks him back at the 46-yard line, where it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and long.
he's showing up. I mean, this is his year, his senior year. Been good since he's a sophomore. Kind of setting the tone on the defense right now.
Him and Ryan Brown there in the middle. I was trying to think who it was that was starting that was injured. They had a shoulder injury. I don't know if he's been in the game yet or not. No, he's still down there. Yeah, that's Johnson. 3rd down, 3rd and 18. Here's a whistle. And they're going to call a delay on MBA. So they'll move them back another 5.
Delay game call against the Executives.
Next week, the Tigers will be back here as Giles County will enter the jungle. Kickoff time at 7, air time at 6:30.
We've got 7 here this year.
You got 7 home games this year, yeah. First 4 here. Then we finally go on the road to Northside. 3rd down, 3rd and 23. Here's a pass that's going to fall incomplete as he tries to get it to his receiver. That's Poole. And goes off his fingertips. So that'll bring up 4th down. 4th and 23, and they'll probably punt it away. They'll send Rivera out to kick it away for MBA. 9:42 to go here in the half. Be sure to stay tuned at the end of the 2nd quarter for the Central Bank halftime report and also the Tiger report. Laura Ann Pilkington will be with us, and she'll get you caught up on all the things going on around Hardin County High School this past week in sports. Back deep is Gray. Here's a high snap. It goes over Rivera's head, and he's just going to down it at the 20. So the Tigers will have it 1st down, 1st and 10 at MBA's 20 on the high snap. He did a smart thing as Tanner and Durbin were bearing down on him, and he just ate it right at the 20-yard line. So it'll be 1st down, 1st and 10 Tigers with 9:36 to go here in the half. Smith will bring them out. He'll send 2 receivers to his right, 1 to the left. That's Rose. They're going from the north to the south end zone. Heyman in now at tailback. He'll move over to the left of Smith. Now Carter will move him back to the right. 4-man front. Here's a snap. They'll fake it to him. Looking to Rose. Fires it down the field. Complete at the 1 into the end zone. Touchdown Tigers. Made that look easy. Nice throw. Just an easy pitch and catch.
had to fight off the corner. Corner's up there trying to jam him at the line of scrimmage, and once he broke free, he got himself some room back behind the back, and again, throws right on the money.
So the Tigers make them pay for the turnover. And they go up 20-6. Foster in the kick. And it's good. 9:29 to go here in the first half. Tigers build their score 21-6. You're listening to Hardin County football right here on your Tiger Sports Station, 93.5 FM. We'll be back right after this.
Scoring drive powered by Jones Motor Company. The Tigers go one play for 20 yards with Carter Smith connecting with London Rose to extend the Hardin County lead to 21-6.
All right, Foster will spot it down at the 40. Approaches the football. A short end-over-end kick. It's going to be taken at the 30. He'll flip it back, and he's going to be wrapped up and knocked down by Wes Blankenship as he comes flying down the field, and that didn't work as they tried to get it back to Poole, and they lost about 7-8 yards on that exchange. So it'll be first down, 1st and 10, MBA at their own 26-yard line.
The executives are going to have it first down for the 27-yard line.
You got Carter Durbin, and now Carter Pigg comes in, along with Harris and Brown. 4-man front for the Tigers. Two receivers right and left for MBA. Here's a snap. This time he'll roll right. That's Watkins. Still has the football, trying to get outside, and he'll be knocked down. A good play there by Heyman as he comes up and takes his legs out from under him, but he picks up about a yard on the carry. Well, they're going to spot him. Yeah, let's see where they spot him. Yeah, pick up a couple. Second down, 2nd and 8 on the run by Watkins.
It's a luxury having Adam Harris there in the middle. I mean, teams like this, you're not going to be able to do anything successful between the tackles. He takes all that away.
2nd down, 2nd and 8. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers right and left. 1 tailback behind Watkins. Now he'll move him to his right. 4-man front for the Tigers. Here's a snap. They'll give it to the tailback this time, trying to get outside. He's hitting the backfield, still on his feet, and then he's going to be just swallowed up by Tanner and a whole host of Tigers. Harris had him first.
Man, it looks good when you got 9 of your guys in on the tackle.
Also, Tibble in on the tackle for the Tigers as well.
They're playing with a different intensity than they opened up with. I mean, I don't know who said what to them or they realized it, but ever since that opening drive where they just had free lane running, man, they come to play.
Parker Gerald's in the game along with Caleb Goheen and Tibble, your linebacker, Sam Tanner as well now. And Gabe Eliff at safety. 2 receivers right and left. Here's a snap, straight drop. Looks, fires, complete, and then he dropped it. Then he wound up and threw a heater about the 40-yard line, but then Poole took a hit and dropped the football, and he'll come out of the game as he comes up limping a little bit.
That's a great pass, though.
So they bring up 4th down, 4th and 9. And I'm sure they'll probably want to punt it away. They will. They're going to bring Rivera out, I think.
Would have had the first down, too. If he could have held on to it.
Well, maybe not. I think they want to punt, but the punter's not out there.
Well,
They got,
official timeout.
yeah, they got an injured player over there, but he's off the field.
Official timeout.
Maybe one hurts the punter.
Well, that looked like Poole.
Well, I think there's the punter's now.
Yeah, he's
coming
just
out.
now coming out. So the officials help him out. I think they're trying to get some help over there. Blake McAdams, the trainer for Hardin County, will head over. He was grabbing his back, the back of his left leg. And it may be cramping or something too. Now he's up.
I think he's just upset he missed that ball.
Yeah.
Hit him in the stomach.
Yeah. That may be a lot of it. I mean, he threw a heater to him. I know that. So he will punt it away. Rivera comes out. Back deep is Gray. 8:11 to go here in the half. 21-6 our score. Here's a snap. Here comes a little bit of a pressure from the Tigers. He'll get it off. It's a high kick, and the punt will hit at the 40 and roll down to the 35, where the Tigers will have it first down, 1st and 10 from their own 35. So NBA opened the game up with 4 plays, 69 yards, a 10-yard touchdown run, and it's been all Tigers since then. So Smith will bring them out. Heyman will be the tailback again in this series. Rose to his left. White, it will be the inside receiver. Blankenship outside to the right of Smith. Here's a snap, rolling that way, still rolling, looking, fires downfield. He's got Blankenship, and it's going to be dropped again. Man, as he hit him right at the 25-yard line and went right through his hands.
Could have thrown it to either one of them. Had 2 of them running go routes down the middle of the field, and both of them were open.
So that'll bring up second down, 2nd and 10 for the Tigers. Ball at the 35-yard line. Clock stops at 7:49 here in the half.
That's 6.
Smith brings them to the line. Heyman, the tailback, to his right. 2 receivers right, 1 to left. 4-man front. Here's a snap. Handoff Heyman, trying to bounce it outside. Makes a move there. He's going to spin off a tackle and then knock down at the 40-yard line. Well, about a gain of 5, maybe 6 on the play. They'll give him 6. It should be 3rd down, 3rd and 4.
That looked good. He had some,
I like that.
He had some whoops in there, didn't he?
I like that.
Whoop. He made 2 guys just miss.
Now they'll go 2 receivers right, 1 to the far side. Shotgun formation, they jump off, and that'll be enough for Hardin County to make 1st and 10 Tigers. I can see that one coming.
Yeah, that's a Coach Smith classic right there.
That's a pee-wee football play.
So it'll be enough for the 1st down on the offsides by MBA. And the Tigers will have it 1st down, 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. Appreciate everyone tuning in to Hardin County football tonight. Season opener for the 2023 season. Of course, our sponsors, as always. Be sure to tell them thank you. Couldn't do it without them. Here's a pass to Weeks as he comes across from the right. And he's going to be spun down inside NBA territory down close to the 45-yard line.
That Carter and Weeks combinations look good so far in this game. They've been able to find him. He's made some really good catches, and he's finished the runs afterwards. Something to look forward going forward.
Pickup of 8. So bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 7. Now they'll have a tight formation right and left. Heyman, the tailback. Here comes a man in motion, Blankenship. They'll give it to him. He's going to be hitting the backfield. Now he cuts it up the seam at the 40, at the 35, and he'll be knocked down at about the 32. That'll be enough for Hardin County Bank 1st and 10 Tigers on the run by Blankenship.
Good job. I mean, making the first guy miss. Saw his cut lane, had a good block out in front. And he's got some wheels. That's why he's returning punts and playing wide receiver. He can move.
So Blankenship and Whites will go to the left. Rose and Weeks out here to the right as they spread them out. Heyman stands to the left of Smith. Here's a snap. Looking under pressure, dumps it off to Heyman, complete at the 35, at the 30, inside the 30, spins down to about the 28-yard line. He came under pressure and did a great job. Carter did, dumped it off to Heyman, and a pickup of about 5 or 6 on the play. They'll give him 5. It'll be second down, 2nd and 5. Now they'll go 2 receivers right, 1 to the far side. They're going from the north to the south end zone. 4-man front for MBA. 5:35 to go here in the half. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Heyman right up the middle. Spins there, and this time he's going to be knocked down just shy of the 25. Around the 26 maybe, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
He's making me dizzy. I think he's spun on every run he's had.
Yeah, he's a spinner.
3rd down, 3rd and about 3, maybe 4. Here's a snap. Here's Heyman right up the middle. Has running room. Breaks a tackle at the 20 down to the 15. And he's going to be knocked down at the 10.
That right there, now, that little hop step made a guy miss back there at safety. That's the real deal there. It's hard to teach that. He's just born with it.
Another Hardin County Bank 1st and 10, 1st and goal. Here comes a flag. There goes Heyman right up the middle. He's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown Tigers, but let's see if it's going to come back. It may be offsides again. I haven't seen a call.
If it's offsides,
Illegal substitution on them. And the play will count as Heyman goes in from 9 yards out. And the Tigers build the lead to 27-6. Foster in the kick. Smith will hold. So a good series there by Cam. The snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 4:46 to go here in the half. 28-6 our score. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Hardin County Football, 93.5 FM.
By Jones Motor Company, the Tigers go 8 plays, 65 yards with a 10-yard touchdown run by Cam Heyman and a failed extra point to put the Tigers up 27-6.
That's my bad. I thought it was good from my perspective.
We all make mistakes. We all make mistakes, Steve.
Here's Foster. This time he'll
There you go. There you go.
At the 20, inside the 10-5. He'll pick it up at the 4-yard line.
Don't let him out.
Making it out. Trying to look for some running room. Now he gets outside. God. And he's going down the 30 at the 40 and then rolled out of bounds. Man, they had him hemmed up back at the 5-yard line, and then he escaped.
Has all set up. All those pooch kicks down to the 30, 35-yard line. They kept scooting up. Their deep back was always already up to the 20. He kicked it perfect. Line drive right by him.
You know what that answer, though? That's why we pooch it. For that reason.
That was Richmond on the carry. as he was in deep trouble and got out of it and got them out to the 40-yard line. Well, they'll have it first down, 1st and 10.
He's their best, though. He can play.
Here's Watkins. He'll hand it off. He's running back, looking for some running room, and he's going to be wrapped up. Porter Pig in there. Also Adam Harris on the tackle.
Man, he's flexible because they tied him up like a pretzel.
That was Martin on the carry for MBA. Loss of 2. Second down, 2nd and 12. Ball back at the 38-yard line. 4:05 to go here in the half. Coming up at halftime will be the Central Bank halftime report. Also the Tiger report. Lauren Pilkington will be up here, and she'll get you caught up on all the other sports action around Hardin County High School. That's all coming up at halftime in about 3:43. 2 receivers to the right, 2 here to the near side. Now they're going to stack it up to the right. Shotgun formation. Here's a snap. Hands it off right up the middle. Has some running room, and this time he's going to be hit and knocked down as he goes across the 40 to about the 39-yard line.
That little kid there can ghost you too. I mean, we've had about 3 times we tackled him and he wasn't there. I mean, had guys in position. He's quick.
That's Martin on the carry. So that'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 7 for MBA as they'll snap it under 3 minutes to go here in the half. It's been all Hardin County in the first half, 27-6 our score. Watkins brings them to the line, 4-man front for the Tigers, 2 receivers right, 2 here to the near side. Here's a snap, straight drop, looking, under pressure now, rolls to his right, fires complete at the 50-yard line, then he's going to be knocked out of bounds.
Great tackle.
That's Tibble on the coverage and the tackle.
Great tackle. He caught the ball. All he had to do was just get his shoulder across the line, and Tibble, took him backward.
So now they'll spot it on their side of the 50, and that'll bring up 4th down, 4th and about a yard, maybe less. So 4th down, 4th and a yard for MBA. Clock running, 2:12 to go here in the first quarter. Our Sports Saturday starts in the morning at 8 a.m. with Coach to Coach Doug Matthews, former Tennessee assistant coach, and Dave McGinnis, former Titans coach. They'll get you ready for SEC play in a couple of weeks as they'll break down each team and the games coming up. And then, of course, Sports Talk at 9 a.m. Me and Kirk and Coach Smith will be there. Kendall will probably be in there with us as well. And we'll talk some Tiger football. We'll also talk some SEC football too, as the season is right around the corner. There's been a timeout called on the field. We'll take a timeout with them. Let's take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back right after this. All right, 4th down, 4th and 1. MBA comes out. Tigers dig in at the 50-yard line. Watkins in the shotgun formation. Here's a snap. He's going to try to run it himself. He's going to be knocked down, but I think he has enough as he got across the 50.
He crossed 50.
Yeah, he got the lean. He got it. That was actually, it was Poole on the carry, the receiver. So Poole gets the first down. He was the one that went out a while ago with the injury.
I know what I'd do if I was them. I'd put that smaller running back that's so quick back like in punt formation, and then just put put 10 guys on the line and just let him go where he wanted to.
Now Poole went over and got the play. He may be the Wildcat. And he is. He'll stay in there at quarterback. So they'll run the same formation, tight formation. Tigers dig in. 4-man front. Now man in motion back in front. They're going to give it to him, trying to get outside. Nothing there. Trying to reverse his field now. In a little bit of a trouble. And makes the guy miss at the 50. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He's at the 10, 5. Touchdown, MBA.
That's what I'm talking about. Just let them go where they want to go. We ain't got nobody can run with it.
So they go in from 49 yards out with 1:07 to go, and they cut into the lead 27-12. Somebody whiffed out here on the corner, and then once he did that, he was gone. There wasn't no catching him after that. And they're just playing backyard football. They're just going wherever they want to go. It's a free-for-all. So Rivera will come in and attempt the extra point.
Well, I mean, that's the hard part. When you got people in position to make plays and they just
don't.
They don't. I mean, that's just their athletes better than your athlete.
It's going to be blocked by Harris. And he says, no, and just races off the field.
The kicker couldn't even kick it.
Yeah.
Rivera, I can only imagine what he's feeling right now.
Yeah, you take it. I'm not kicking it. I've never seen that, I don't think.
So 27-12 to score with 1:07 to go here in the half. We'll keep it right here.
Down run and a third extra point, and that takes the score to 27-12 Hardin County.
This is going to be a shocking score for a lot of people who are doing scores during games.
They're going to score a lot of touchdowns this year just like that.
Interesting.
You get them in space, we're not going to tackle them.
Yeah.
They've got 3 guys that if they're in space, we're not going to tackle them.
Locker room at halftime may not be a happy place.
It shouldn't be.
So Rivera was spotted at the 40-yard line, 1:07 to go here in the half. And the crowd is stunned again. Here's a high end-over-end kick. It's short. Weeks will be there and ask for a fair catch, and he'll get it at the 26, maybe 27-yard line. And that's where the Tigers will take over. First down, 1st and 10.
What are you guys, what's the odds on scoring with 1:07 and all 3 of your timeouts?
Well, if we catch a football, we should be able to get right down the field.
So you think we're going to score with 1:07 left in the half?
I think we can.
I think that's non-committal.
2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Saunders in at tailback. Shotgun formation. 3-man front for MBA, and now they're going to take a timeout.
They got 5 timeouts.
So they take another timeout. We'll take this timeout with them. 1:07 to go here in the half. 27-12 our score. Tigers on top. All right, welcome back to Jim Carroll Stadium. Tigers on top, 27-12. They'll have it first down, 1st and 10 from their own 29.
How many they got?
2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, 3-man front. Here comes a man in motion. That's Blankenship. Here's a snap. Carter looking, fires. It's going to be complete at the 45, at the 50. That's Blankenship at the 45. They'll knock him down there around the 44. They'll stop the clock.
Now that's the opposite of their run.
And the Tigers will take a quick timeout with 58 seconds to go. We'll take another timeout with them. 58 seconds to go here in the half. 27-12 our score. We'll be back right after this.
Do you know?
Hey, Clark, they'll probably take
That's
it
the
if they
opposite
get
of
another. .58 seconds to go. Tigers have it 1st and 10 at MBA's 44. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Saunders a tailback. Here's a snap. Straight drop. Carter looking. Fires. Got a man open. That's Weeks at the 20. Turns and gets another 4 or 5 yards. He's going to be knocked down and out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. That'll be enough for Hardin County Bank 1st and 10 from the 15. So 2 quick strikes by the Tigers, and they're in business now with 50 seconds to go.
Main thing is that offensive line letting Carter stand back there, 6-7 seconds and find these guys. Him and Weeks together, they're on the same page.
Here's a snap. Smith will pull it down, runs right up the middle. Here comes a flag. He's at the 10, and then he'll just duck out of bounds at about the 7. But it may be a holding call. It is on the Tigers right around the 15-yard line at the line of scrimmage. So that'll back them up 10. And it'll be 1st and 20. That really doesn't matter. 42 seconds to go. Tigers trying to answer the score of NBA here in the waiting moments of the first half.
They hadn't used 25 seconds to go 80 yards.
Now they'll go 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Saunders to Carter's left.
Still have 2 timeouts, don't we?
3-man front for NBA. Here's a snap. Looking over the middle. Got a man open. That's Weeks into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
There it is. Those 2 guys right there eating each other up.
Yeah, they're eating the middle of the field up for sure. And a nice throw and a nice grab by Weeks right around the 3-yard line. He just walks into the end zone. So the Tigers get that touchdown back, and it's 33-12 now. 35 seconds to go.
He's looked really confident catching the ball.
Yeah.
I know that. He catches it with his hands away from the body.
Here's a snap. The kick is up, and there's a flag down. The kick is good, but what is the flag?
They're offside.
Offside again. They're going to, it's offsides. They're going to make us re-kick it.
Offsides call on the executives.
We may go for 2. Get back or miss the extra point. We're going to need it.
So we'll have to re-kick. As Nolan lines everything back up. Here's the snap. It's down. The kick this time is good. No penalty flags. And our new score with 35 seconds to go. Hardin County 34. NBA 12. We'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to Hardin County football right here on 93.5 FM.
Scoring drive powered by Jones Motor Company. The Tigers go 3 plays, 71 yards, and a 25-yard touchdown pass from Carter Smith to Ryan Weeks.
Here's a squib kick by Foster, picked up at the 30-yard line as he goes across the field, and this time he's going to be knocked down as Tibble comes up and gets him at the 31-yard line.
He made 2 or 3 really solid tackles in the first half against guys that are kind of hard to tackle.
You know, we saw that a lot last year. It reminded me of some of the kickoffs we had where we got in trouble. They kick it to one side, and immediately they just start running to the opposite side of the field. Of course, everybody coming this way.
Create space.
Yeah. So it'll be first down, 1st and 10, Executives at their own 32 with 27 seconds to work with.
2 deep zone, keep everything in front of you.
Here's a snap. Watkins fires, and it's going to be complete. And Tibble over there on the quick tackle at about the 36-yard line.
Kept him in bounds.
They have no timeouts. They might get one more play off before the end of the half, but I doubt it. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. They're trying to hurry. They're not going to be able to, and the clock winds down. That's the end of the first quarter. One half in the books. 34-12 is our score. Stay tuned for the Central Bank halftime report. That's coming your way next. Welcome back to Jim Carroll Stadium here in the Jungle, the opening game of the 2023 season. One half in the books. Tigers up 34-12. The Pride out on the field performing for the home crowd. And interesting ball game to say the least. Let's take a look at the scoring plays. Kendall will have those as a lot of scoring in the first half, believe it or not.
Yes, Steve, NBA, they received the opening kickoff, and they go 4 plays quickly for 69 yards, and they run it in from 10 yards out. They do miss the extra point, or the 2-point conversion rather, and they take an early 6-0 lead. Hardin County quickly responds. They go 60 yards on 5 plays, and Carter Smith connects with Jacob Saunders for Hardin County to take the lead 7-6. MBA has a quick 3-and-out, giving the ball back to Hardin County, and we respond again, going 8 plays, 68 yards, and a 4-yard touchdown run from Carter Smith to extend the Hardin County lead to 14-6. In the second quarter, MBA, they go 3-and-out quickly again, and they give the ball back to Hardin County. We go 1 play for 20 yards, a 20-yard touchdown pass from Carter Smith to London Rose. That puts Hardin County up 21-6 after another 3-and-out by MBA. Hardin County goes 8 plays, 65 yards, and a 10-yard touchdown run from Cam Hayman with a missed extra point to extend the Hardin County lead again to 27-6. MBA strikes again, 5 plays, 60 yards with a 49-yard touchdown run, and they failed extra point there to bring the deficit from 27-12. Hardin County then responds there to end the second quarter. They go 3 plays, 71 yards. Carter Smith connects with Ryan Weeks from 25 yards out, and that brings us to the current score: Hardin County 34, MBA 12.
Kirk, what surprises you in the first half, what you saw as far as leading up here to the end of halftime where the Tigers got that score back they gave up late?
The first series turn me up a little bit. I can't hardly hear this. That first series, they kind of caught us on our heels. I don't know if our expectations were that they were going to be bad or their inability, but they've got 3 or 4 athletes that can play for anybody, and those guys showed out on that first series, and pretty much after that, the game gone kind of as expected. We could probably hang 80, 90 points on them if we wanted to. Yeah. We wanted to throw every down. We hadn't missed hardly a receiver. The receivers are open, making catches. We ran the ball the first couple of series at will, clipping off 10, 15, 40-yard runs. They're not as good as we are, and they don't have the numbers. And I imagine they'll be even more tired getting into the fourth quarter. But if you get one of those 3 or 4 guys in space against 3 or 4 of our guys, it's like backyard tag, and they're not going to tag them. Those guys are shifty and got great wheels. The biggest plays have just been basically made up on a T-shirt. Yeah. So all in all, now this game's pretty much gone kind of like I thought. I just wasn't expecting that first series. 34-6 would have been a pretty good prediction for this first half.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about the defensive side of the ball, I think that stands out a little bit more than offensively what we've done. Offensively, we're pretty much doing whatever we want to, which is kind of how I thought things would play out from an offensive perspective. But on the flip side, I think I won't say concerning, but something that's a little bit intriguing to me on the defensive side of the ball, all these busted plays that then they're getting all this chunk yardage on, and then that's kind of how they've scored both of their touchdowns as well. I am, thankful that we're playing a team like this on week 1 rather than, a South Gibson or a Giles County, because when you get a disciplined team and they've got athletes like this right here, they're going to hurt you from a defensive perspective. So definitely some things to clean up here at halftime, and hopefully we come out a little bit sharper in this second half rather than the first half.
I think what I take away is our offense. Our offense is going to have to score a lot of points. They look really sharp tonight. I know they're not going up against a state championship type team, but you still have to execute, and you still have to make the plays. Saunders has looked good. Heyman has looked good at tailback. Carter, man, you can see that senior leadership.
Absolutely.
Of course, like you said, he's got all day to throw, but he's still putting the ball on the money.
Yeah, I mean, we're not playing against iron, but it's not a whole lot different than 7-on-7. I mean, he's pretty much freewheeling it at quarterback. He's sitting back in that pocket just scanning the field, and he's not going to get to do that against, really good team. They run a 3-man front, and usually they'll try to bring one extra, but it's been totally ineffective as far as putting pressure on him. So he's just sitting back there till he sees who's open, and he's capable. He's made some. Kendall, you're a quarterback. I don't remember him making a bad throw.
I think there's a complete night and day difference between him. I mean, obviously take this with a grain of salt, but just seeing that maturity, especially now, going through his reads, being patient, taking care of the football. He's had some great passes, fitting it into tight windows.
Well, like that seam route that he threw to Weeks in the first quarter. Weeks was pretty much guarded, and he threw him open to his backside shoulder.
Well, I mean, there has to be some discipline, too, because they're just playing, like you said, backyard football. They're just looking at his eyes when he drops back, and he's done a great job so far of getting his wide receivers.
Yeah, but I mean, this throw that we missed over there on the sideline.
Blankenship.
The Blankenship. That was high left shoulder away, and he was in coverage. Yep. So, I mean, he's looked like what he's billed to be, and and from that standpoint, defense was going to be a question mark coming into the year. Young linebackers, new guys playing positions, new safety filling shoes, but there is a couple of things on this defense that's pretty rock solid, and one of them's name is Adam,
23. Yeah,
and the other name is Adam. I mean, that boy plays nasty. He plays furious, and he gets after it. It's fun watching him play, and that's going to be all year. I mean, everybody's going to have trouble. Now, the thing is when we get up against like Lexington and play teams like that, they're going to double him, the whole ball game. Then it's going to be, what can those other 6 guys in the box do, at that point in time.
All right, 34-12, we're at halftime. You're listening to the Central Bank Halftime Show. Coming up is our Tiger Report. Laura Ann Pilkington makes her debut, and she'll get you caught up on all the other sports action around Hardin County High School. We'll be back right after this timeout.
Thank you, Mr. Steve. Yesterday, the volleyball team lost a hard-fought match at Jackson Southside. On Monday, they will be taking on Chester County on the road. On Tuesday, they will be going to Lexington. JV starts at 5 with varsity to follow. Yesterday, the Lady Tigers soccer team lost 7-3 to Jackson Northside. Scoring goals for the Lady Tigers were Lacey McLean, Riley Strickland, and Grace Bokey. On Tuesday of next week, they will host Adamsville at the Savannah Sports Complex on Cravens Road. The Tiger golf teams will have 3 matches. Next week on Monday, they will play in the Tennessee River Golf Classic in Decatur County. On Tuesday, they will face off against Lexington and Crockett County in Lexington. And on Thursday, they will travel to Jackson to take on Jackson Southside and Jackson Northside at the Woodland Hills Golf Course in Jackson. All sports passes are now available in room T16. The cost of each pass is $30 and will cover admission to all HCHS athletic events throughout the 2023-24 school year. This is a huge saving, and these passes can only be purchased and used by HCHS students. Next Friday, Tiger football will host Giles County. The student section theme for next week is Soccer Moms and Barbecue Dads. If you can't make it to Jim Carroll Stadium, be sure to tune in right here on K93 and make sure you stick around for the halftime report with yours truly, Laura Ann Pilkington.
All right, outstanding job, Laura Ann. I knew you could do it. A little bit of nervousness played in. I could tell. I turned around to see if she was here, and you had this look on your face.
Yeah.
It's okay. You did a great job. And I appreciate you coming up here. Laura Ann will be with us each and every Friday night to give you the Tiger sports report. She'll get you caught up on everything going on around Hardin County High School besides football during the week. But 2023 season is off and running, and you're on the dance team, correct? So I'm sure you're excited about a new football season.
I am.
Well, I appreciate you coming up here. You did a great job. So don't be nervous anymore. All right, that's Laura Ann Pilkington with Tiger Radio. We'll take a timeout. We're at halftime. 34-12 is our score. Hardin County on top. We'll be back with a second half kick in just a few. Keep it tuned right here to 93.5 FM, your home for Hardin County Sports. We'll be back with more after this. Welcome back to Jim Carroll Stadium. Steve Cornell along with Kurt Carroll and Kendall Atkinson bringing you the action tonight. Also Christian Kirk on the camera as we're streaming live on our YouTube channel, Slice 93. Go there and subscribe, hit the notification button, and you'll know each and every Friday night when we're going to be on and where we'll be on and who will be playing. And so do that. You can also catch us at WKWXFM.com and the WKWX app. Also, each game will be archived on our YouTube channel. And then Sports Talk each Saturday morning will be archived as well at WKWXFM.com on our sports podcast. So if you can't catch up with it, you can re-listen at any time. 34-12 our score, Kendall. So halftime, probably not real pleasant for the Tigers. Some, I don't know, effort issues, not the thing, but some things that probably Coach Smith wasn't happy about. But you got a big lead. You got two really good teams coming in the next couple of weeks. One, a region game. When do you take the pedal off the gas here in this second half and get some other kids some playing time?
Well, I mean, I think as long as we fine-tune some mistakes that we made in the first half defensively, I'm giving, the first team offense maybe a drive or two, and hopefully we can put some more points up on the board. We can hold them to a score the second half and kind of just end this first game, week one, ended on a high note going into kind of the meat and potatoes of our schedule. I mean, it's not going to get any easier after this week one matchup, and so we've really got to, nail down some things, and hopefully we did so at halftime and come out the start of the second half ready to roll.
Well, we talked about it in the pregame show. You're playing against a team that is doing things not the conventional way.
Right.
As it's their first game too, and they're doing a lot of things, lining up in different kind of formations all over the map, especially offense. They're trying to do the misdirections and things like that to kind of use their speed to their advantage. Not really a set play. Let's just snap it and see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, you think about, and I know this because obviously Coach Smith was my coach as well, and you just get preached about technique and form and all this good stuff, and then you get a team like this where it's kind of just the polar opposite. There's really no technique. It's just sheer athleticism, and now they've got a bunch of athletes out there on the field, and I think that's one thing we're going to have to adjust to. We're going to have to, definitely develop some playmakers on the defensive side of the ball to kind of accommodate what Adam does too. So I think we'll get there. It's just a couple mistakes we need to get ironed out.
All right, both teams are back out on the field. We're just a few minutes away from the second half kickoff. We'll take a timeout. When we return, we'll have a second half kickoff. The Tigers will get the ball to open up the third quarter. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Tiger Football right here on 93.5 FM. Jim Carroll Stadium, thanks to Joni over there with Culinary Arts class for providing food up here and for all of us in here. This banana split cake is right on the money. I can tell you that. Barbecue tonight.
I think y'all ate it all.
Did we?
I think so.
Here.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Take a picture of that and eat it. Anyway, we appreciate Joni. I can't say her last name. I'm going to play golf tomorrow. I don't want that in my head.
Bad juju.
Yep. So Rivera will kick it off for MBA to start the third quarter. Back deep is Saunders and Blankenship for the Tigers. He's got a pretty good leg. He's kicked it deep a couple of times. So he'll line it up at his 40. They'll be kicking from the south to the north end zone. And we're off and running here in the third quarter. High end-over-end kick taken by Blankenship at the 25. He's at the 30, right up the middle. And he's going to be spun down at the 40 as he had to catch up bobbling the football there for about 5 yards. So the Tigers will have it first down, 1st and 10. At their own 40-yard line to start here in the third quarter. 34-12 our score.
Corbin Smith in the ball game.
Rose will go to one side. Blankenship and Wykes over here to the near side. Saunders will start at the tailback. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Saunders right at the middle. Has running room at the 45. Turns on some speed. Gets down close to the 50-yard line right at the eye of the Tiger. At midfield, probably about maybe a yard short of the first down. It'll be second down, 2nd and 1. Like Kurt said, I think depth for them is going to be an issue as we move along here in this second half. Here's a high snap, gives it to Saunders, right side, has running room across the 45. He's down at the 40. And he's going to be wrestled down to about the 36-yard line, where it'll be a Hardin County make 1st and 10.
That's one of the nice things about having a giant at quarterback. Carter's what, 6'4"?
Yeah, he's about 6'4".
Had to be at least 6'3".
I mean, heck, fire, that snap was up there pretty high.
3 receivers to the right now, 1 to the far side. That's Rose. Shotgun formation. Here they come, and the whistles blow.
Delay game. Didn't see that coming.
That was quick. They called it on them.
How do they get a delay game?
Well, they got illegal substitution is what he's saying right there. That's the signal that he just gave.
What if they had 12 men?
That's probably what they did. They had 12 men on the field. So that'll cost them 5. It'll be first down, 1st and 5. They'll move the ball to about the 32-yard line of the Executives. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Here's a snap, handoff. Saunders, no. Smith is going to keep it. Turns up field, and he'll fall forward to about the 25-yard line.
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
I think he's gained some speed.
Yeah, I'm sure Matthew probably don't like that very much. In comes Weeks out.
Well, that's not right. I mean, he's supposed to pull it if that's what. I mean, if it's an RPO, that's your job.
That ain't what I'm talking about, Kurt.
Well, they wouldn't call it play if it
3 receivers. Here's a snap, complete. At the 30, at the 25, at the 20, 19-yard line. I'm just talking about we didn't get him hurt here.
Well, that's part of the game.
Well, I understand it's part of the game. But,
I mean, if the defensive end takes the running back, that's his job. Pull it and go.
second down, 2nd and 4. Here's a snap. Saunders.
Ooh, good move.
Makes a move at the 19, and then he's going to be wrapped up and knocked down. As a defensive tackle there, he comes up fired up after that play.
Yeah, he got a good lick on it.
That'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and about 2.
Saunders made that one guy miss, but he cut right back into the
Third down, 3rd and 2. Tigers have it at the Executives 15-yard line. Here's a snap. Gives it to Saunders again, and he falls across the 10.
What a run.
Boy, that'll be enough for Hardin County to make first and goal.
That's all on him. Every yard was on him because he had nothing. He was fixing to get tackled by 2 guys in the backfield, made them both miss, and then got the first down. Great job.
Ball spotted at the 9-yard line where the Tigers will have it first and goal from the 9. 2 receivers left, one here to the near side. Saunders the tailback. Here's a snap. Quick throw. Complete. And did he drop it? Yep. Has Blankenship again. Hit him right in the hands again. He dropped it, but I don't think he was going anywhere as they came up, made the play. So that'll bring up 2nd down and goal from the 9. West has had a tough night tonight. There's 3 drops in this game. So now they'll go 3 wide to the right. Well, 2 wide to the right. Rose way out there to the far side. They're going from the north to the south end zone. Shotgun formation. Here's a snap. Handoff Saunders hitting the backfield, and he's going to be knocked down. Maybe got a yard. They're just bringing the house on us right now.
Yeah. Yeah, they're loading it up and bringing it.
So that'll bring up 3rd down. They spot it back at the line of scrimmage, so no pickup on the run. Now they'll go 3 wides to the left, 1 here to the near side. That's Rose. 3rd down, 3rd and goal. Shotgun formation. Here's a snap, rolling to his right, looking, still looking. Got a man open across. And it's complete, and that's Rose. He goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. He came all the way across the field from right to left. And Carter just hung in there and picked him up.
Great call. I mean, they're starting to jump certain routes and certain runners. I mean, and that fake, well, on that crisscross down there at the goal line, that just ate them up.
Here's a snap. It's down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 8:13 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 41-12 our score. Let's take a timeout. You listen to Hardin County football right here on 93.5 FM.
Scoring drive powered by Jones Motor Company. The Tigers go 9 plays, 60 yards, with a 9-yard touchdown pass from Carter Smith to London Rose to extend the lead to 41-12.
Foster approaches the ball, high end over end kick. This time it's kicked down to the 10, picked up at the 5. They got it at the 10, 15, 20, 25, and he'll be knocked down about the 26-yard line.
That's better.
Yep, better coverage there.
That's Poole on the return for MBA. They'll have it 1st down, 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line, trailing 41-12. South Gibson, new team in our region, they were defeated last night. They opened up on a Thursday night in Milan, 28-21.
Good ball game, sounds like.
I think it came down to the last couple minutes, too.
So Watkins will bring them to the line. 4-man front. They got a tight formation to the left. Now they're running an extra player on as he'll get lined up.
He wasn't in a stand.
As they get lined up. Here we go. Now, snap it. and the quarterback will take off. That's actually Poole running the Wildcat as he goes to the left side, picks up maybe a yard. They're going to say no gain.
Another play by Tanner. He's kind of quietly adding to his tackle total on this game.
Same formation. Got everybody stacked in. Here's a snap to Poole. He takes off, breaks a couple of tackles, and then he's going to be knocked down, but he goes across the 30 to the 31. Who is that on the tackle? That's Eliff coming up from his safety spot.
Again, taken down by Gabe Eliff. To make it third down, 3rd and 6.
So we're up 3rd down, 3rd and 6. 7:11 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Hardin County took the opening drive here in the 3rd and scored. Bring them to the line in the Wildcat. Now they're trying to get their receivers lined up, receiver to the right. They got it stacked up over here to the left side. Now comes a man in motion. They're going to fake it to him. They'll go right, option play, and then Watkins is going to keep it, and he's going to be knocked down right at the 35. He's going to be about 2 yards short. So they're showing a lot of different motion. That time they were showing motion to the left and tried to run the option to the right.
Well, they set up and ran that little student body left into the short side of the boundary, and that just plays against them. I mean, that just helped us being able to bunch it up. I don't know why they just don't try to find space and play in it.
4th down, 4th and about 2. Now they've got everybody on the inside. It's almost like it's a goal line situation. Here's a snap. Poole takes off, and he's going to be run out of bounds. That's not Poole, that's Watkins that time, the quarterback, and he's going to lose yardage back to about the 32 or 33, and they'll turn it over on downs, and the Tigers will be in business at the 33-yard line, and now their quarterback is down on our sideline over here. He took a couple of shots, but he'll get up. That was Leary, actually, not their quarterback. That was one of the receivers. He took a couple of good licks over here on the sideline and then went into the Tiger bench over here and come limping a little bit.
They put everybody up at the line of scrimmage in tight, and then he tried to run it wide.
So Heyman in the game now. He'll be your new tailback here to start this series. Smith in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the left. 1 here to the near side. They're going from the north to the south. 4-man front. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Heyman. Right side has a little bit of running room, and then he breaks across the 25 down to about the 24.
Good play by that D lineman.
Yeah, got him from behind.
Yeah, he chased him, 9 yards, and made the tackle from his D tackle spot. Good hustle on his part.
So they'll spot it at the 23, a pickup of 9 on the carry. So that'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and about 1.
Which one of their guys is the real quick scat back that ran the longest touchdown?
Number 3, Darian Martin.
He's a freshman.
2nd down, 2nd and 1 at the 23. Here's a snap. Smith hands off to Heyman. Has a 1st down, but he's going to be hit from behind, drugged backwards. But I think forward progress should be enough for the 1st down.
Good vision, I know that. He really didn't have anything, and saw just a little opening to his left, got behind his block.
We're going to say he's short about a yard. So that'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and about a half yard for the 1st down. 4:40 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 41-12 our score. Hardin County on top. Here's a snap to Smith. He'll give it to Heyman again, right up the middle. Now he breaks it outside to the left. Has enough for the 1st down. Still on his feet at the 15-yard line. Then he's going to be hammered down.
That's some more good vision right there, too. There are a lot of guys would have just lowered their head and got another yard.
That'll be a Hardin County Bank 1st and 10 Tigers as they move it inside the 15 down to the 14. And they'll have it there, first down, 1st and 10.
It's pretty nice, though, when you can make your feet do what your eyes see, and they don't have to wait on the feet to get there.
Now they'll go 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the far side. Shotgun formation. Heyman stands to Carter's right. They'll fake it to him. Carter still looking. Complete the Blankenship at the 10. He's at the 5, and he rolls over a defender right at the 2-yard line. They're going to spot him down about the 1. Will be enough for another first down, a Hardin County Bank first down, 1st and goal from the 1. That's a nice little play.
That's all Carter. I mean, just letting it, not panicking, just letting him get open.
Let it develop so he could get.
He's not doing that last year.
He's just seeing what he's.
Smith in the shotgun. Here's a snap. They'll give it to Heyman. Heyman right side. Touchdown, Tigers.
Man, the offensive line won that.
So Heyman goes in from a yard out with 3:29 to go here in the 3rd. And the Tigers build their lead to 47-12, awaiting the extra point by Foster.
Into the checkerboard.
Tigers racing on another player on the end. Here's the snap. It's down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 3:29 to go here in the 3rd. 48-12 our score. We'll take a timeout. You're listening to Hardin County football right here on 93.5 FM.
Scoring drive powered by Jones Motor Company. The Tigers go 32 yards on 5 plays with a 1-yard touchdown run by Cameron Heyman to extend the Tiger lead to 48-12.
There was a personal foul on the play. The Tigers kick it off from their 45, kick it to the 1, and they're still on the feet across the 20 down to about the 23-24 yard line. On the tackle. Also, Caleb Franks in there on the tackle as well. So I thought it was offsetting. It looked like they went both ways, and wasn't that way because we kicked from their 45. So they'll have it first down, 1st and 10 at their own 24 with 2:48 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 48-12 our score. Tigers on top. Watkins now in at quarterback. Here's a snap. They'll give it to their slot receiver coming back behind him, still on his feet across the 25, and he'll be run out of bounds as he gets to 30 down to about the 32.
I'm glad he got the feeling better.
Jack Gray on the tackle. A pickup of about 9 on the carry. So they bring up 2nd down. Well, they're going to give him 8. 2nd down, 2nd and 2. That was Lurie on the carry for MBA. So Watkins will bring them to the line. He'll send 2 receivers right, 2 to his left. His tailback stands to his right. 4-man front for the Tigers. Here's a snap, straight drop, looking, now rolls right, pulls down under pressure. Now he fires to the 45-yard line. Nobody there, just trying to get rid of it as he was under pressure. There's good pressure there by the front four of Hardin County.
New group.
Yeah, I was trying to see who was in. That's Cooper Townley in the game now, along with 74, Ryan Brown. Also, I see Carter Pig over there on one end, and Owen Roberts here on the other end. So the Tigers getting some new players in here on defense on the front four anyway. Third down, 3rd and 2. Shotgun formation. Watkins sends 2 receivers right, 2 here to the near side. Now in motion back to his right. They'll give it to him. Breaks a tackle in the backfield. Still on his feet. Turns it up the field. Going down the sideline, and he'll be knocked out of bounds. But he'll have enough for a first down as he'll get it to the 46-yard line. They're 46. 18 seconds to go. Maybe they might get one more play off here in the third. I don't think so, though. Is Watkins still over there on the sideline? He won't get it off as the clock winds down. That'll be the end of the third quarter at the end of 3. Hardin County on top, 48-12. You're listening to Hardin County football right here on 93.5 FM. We'll be back with the 4th and final period when we return.
Schools of interest around West Tennessee: Scottsdale 13, Lexington 7. That's the latest score at the half. I'll try to get some more scores as they roll in here, Steve.
All righty. We'll move to the fourth quarter. 48-12 our score. Next week the Tigers will be at home for week 2 as Giles County from Pulaski will be in town. Giles County made it to the state semifinals last year. Here's a snap. They'll give it to the slot guy. Goes around the left side, and he's going to be hit and knocked down at the 45 inside Tiger territory, close to a first down. I guess we can go ahead and talk a little bit about Giles County. They've been a powerhouse, Kirk, over there in the middle part of the state for the last, I'd say at least the last 3 or 4 years, going to the playoffs, going to the semifinals a couple of times. The only problem is they've had to go and face Alcoa twice.
Yeah, and you know, Middle Tennessee football is a lot better than it was, you know, back 15 years ago. And
2nd and 1, here's a handoff straight ahead, enough for the first down as he gets to the 40-yard line, and the Tigers getting a lot of, or the coaching staff getting a lot of kids out. Now on the field into the game comes Baylor Razback.
another thing too, Steve, is, you know, we've been able to see several of these Middle Tennessee teams in the playoffs, where before we always went to Memphis, and we've gotten to see some good football teams that we've come up against, you know, in that Middle Tennessee area. It's just unbelievable the number of recruits now, D1 type recruits coming out of Middle Tennessee that you used to see 1 or 2, and now it's loaded.
Dace Cummings in the game at a corner. Here's a snap. This time Watkins will keep it, makes a move at the 40-yard line at the 35. At to 30, and then he'll be knocked down, but it's going to come back, flag on the play, and they get them for holding.
I think it's on Pig.
Carter Durbin into the game for the Tigers. 10:20 to go here in the fourth. 48-12 our score. I'm not sure if they had a senior team last year or what, but I do know they've been a really good football team for the last couple of years. And then, of course, right after that, you step into your first region game, and South Gibson comes in. Here, it'll be their first trip here.
Yeah, a lot of unknowns for us. I mean, to be able to, have any expectations in those games, we'll just have to kind of tell it like we see it, because we don't really know what to expect.
First down, 1st and 18 after the penalty. Ball back inside the 50 now to 49. Here's a pass that's going to be tipped up in the air, almost intercepted by Hunter Adams.
Yeah, he had a good shot at one right there, like both hands.
Well, Watkins, when he throws one over the middle, he winds up and lets her go. And that time hit Adams right in the hands, but too hot to handle. So that'll bring up second down, 2nd and 20. Coming up in the morning at 8 a.m., our Sports Saturday begins with Coach to Coach with Doug Matthews and Dave McGinnis. That's a great program, especially if you're interested in SEC football, as they can break it down for you. Two experienced coaches that have been in the college and pro ranks. And then you get us at 9.
Yeah.
Me and Kirk and Coach Smith and Kendall. So there you go. Here comes a man in motion. This time they'll give it to him, trying to get outside. Has some running room, cuts it back and down the field across the 45 into Tiger territory.
Is he fast or what?
Yeah, when he gets upfield, he's gone. That's Martin again on the carry.
Yeah, he looks like a road runner when his legs are going round and round. You can't really see him, That's
Pickup of 7 on the carry. 3rd down, 3rd and 13. 8:18 to go in the game. I think it's pretty safe to say the Tigers are going to win their home opener here. They're leading 48-12 here in the fourth. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Here's a snap, straight drop, looking downfield, now rolls right, fires, and it's going to be incomplete. One hop, his intended receiver, Richmond. Dace Cummings on the coverage for Hardin County.
Got a couple more scores here, Steve. Jackson Southside 9, Ripley 7, Jackson Northside 7, Crockett County 20. So,
wow, Northside beat the fire out of Haywood, didn't he? In the Jamboree. Crockett County may have the stuff.
4th down, 4th and 13. They'll bring out Rivera to punt it away. Back deep is Jack Gray for Hardin County. He'll stand about his 10-yard line. Here's a snap. No pressure. He'll get it away. Knuckleball type kick. It's going to hit, and it'll take an consecutive bounce inside the 10 down to about the 9. So the Tigers will have it 1st and 10 inside their own 10-yard line at the 9. So I was trying to see if Carter came back out. I don't think so. I don't see him. It'll be Brody Ivy in the game for Hardin County. We'll go 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Ivy now in the shotgun formation. Here's a high snap. He'll pull it down and trying to make something out of nothing, and he does. He gets it out across the 10, close to about the 15, maybe 14-yard line. That's just the luck of the backup quarterback. You come out, you've been waiting all game long, and then your first series is inside your own 10.
It's not what you want.
Now, second down, 2nd and 6. 2 receivers out here to the near side, 1 to the far side, 4-man front. Ivy in the shotgun formation. Here's a snap. They'll hand it off. And he has some running room at the 20 and down to close to the 25. Good run. And that's Taylor Grissom. He had a great night against McNary in the JV game. That's enough for Hardin County Bank. 1st and 10. Under 5 to go now in the game.
Good experience for these guys here. That film don't lie.
Dace Cummings in at receiver. We're trying to get them all. I'm just trying to find numbers here. Ivy in the shotgun formation. Grissom the tailback. Here's a snap. They'll give it to him again right up the middle. He breaks a tackle at the point of contact there, or the handoff, and pushes forward across the 25 to about the 26.
I thought we were going to get our first mesh point of 2023 right there.
Oh, Lord.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Stevie Ray with the mesh point.
It was close.
T-shirts available. Maddox Roto in the game for the Tigers at receiver.
Pharaoh's grandson's the center.
And Rasback, which one is that? Ferris.
Oh, no.
Here's a snap, and this time Ivy is going to be knocked down at the 20-yard line. Backed up about 5 yards. So that'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and about 15 now. 3:39 to go. In this football game. Stay tuned for the post-game show as get you set for your sports Saturday, and also what's ahead for next week. Take a look at scoring plays in this game. That's all coming your way, sponsored by Central Bank. Here's a handoff, not going anywhere, as a whole host of executives.
He could have pulled that out. I mean, it looked like he had a read that he could have.
So the Tigers will have to punt it away, their first punt of the game, as Saunders will come in and punt it away.
I watched him in warm-ups. He booted several 50.
I like the fake option, too, with him back there.
Well, that's true, yeah.
Leary back. He stands at his own 50-yard line. Saunders at his own 5. Clock rolling, 2:30 to go here in the game. Here's a snap, no pressure. It's a low spinning kick, turns over at the 40-yard line where he'll take it there. There's a block in the back. It wasn't called.
Good job.
On Rose. And then they'll run it out of bounds.
Maybe a face man.
And I see a flag over there.
It's the only thing I could see unless there was a block ahead of it. Yeah, it's face man.
Lurie on the return.
So Leary on the return, and the Tigers will be guilty of a face mask. Clock still rolling with 1:53 to go. So NBA will make the long drive back to Memphis.
That number 50's got a sore foot.
And the Tigers will start turning their attention toward Giles County coming in next Friday night. The Central Bank pregame show will be at 6:30. And of course, all the festivities as the Tiger tailgate party at 5 and the Tiger walk at 5:55, and then the kickoff is set at 7 p.m. That's all coming your way next Friday night. Right here on 93.5 FM. Here's the snap. And this time he'll take off. That's Watkins. Stays on his feet across the 30-yard line down to about the 25.
Sammy Watkins.
I guarantee you it's not Sammy Watkins.
Sammy Watkins about the most aggressive ball with his in his hands of any receiver. He was a Clemson guy, wasn't he?
Yep.
So first down, 1st and 10, NBA. 39 seconds to go. 2 receivers right and left. Here's a snap, straight drop. Dumps it off to his tailback. Makes a good move right there. Still on his feet, cuts back across the grain and just looking for somewhere to go. And they finally get him down inside the 25.
I like him a lot.
Can we give him an order?
Is it legal to recruit?
Yeah.
10 seconds to go. This will be the final play of the game. Here's a snap. Looking. Fires deep in the end zone in the triple coverage. It falls incomplete. And the clock strikes 0. And the Tigers win their opener 48-12 over NBA. Stay tuned for the Central Bank post-game show. That's coming your way next, right here on 93.5 FM, your home for Hardin County football. Post-game show. Tigers win it 48-12 over NBA, and win number 1 is in the books for the 2023 season. Let's take a look at the scoring plays throughout the game as Kendall will give us a rundown on all the happenings during this ball game.
Well, Steve, NBA, they got the opening kickoff, and they went 4 plays, 69 yards, and they had a 10-yard touchdown run, and they had a failed 2-point conversion to go up 6-0 there early in the ball game. Hardin County responded very quickly. They go 5 plays, 60 yards, with a 12-yard touchdown pass from Carter Smith to Jacob Saunders to put Hardin County up 7-6. NBA then goes 3 and out and gives the ball back to Hardin County. Hardin County then goes 8 plays, 68 yards with a 4-yard touchdown run by Carter Smith. Puts Hardin County up 14-6. Once again, NBA has nothing going. They give the ball back to Hardin County. We go 1 play for 20 yards. Carter Smith connects with London Rose to put the Tigers up 21-6 early in the second quarter. NBA once again goes 3 and out. They punt the ball back to Hardin County. Hardin County goes 8 plays, 65 yards with a 10-yard touchdown run by Camden Heyman. Puts the Tigers up 27-6. NBA then goes 5 plays, 60 yards with a 49-yard touchdown run and a failed extra point to cut the deficit to 27-12. Hardin County then drives late in the second quarter, goes 3 plays, 71 yards with a 25-yard touchdown pass from Carter Smith to Ryan Weeks. to put the Tigers up 34-12 at halftime. Hardin County gets the ball coming out of the half. They go in 9 plays, 60 yards with a 9-yard touchdown pass from Carter Smith, the London Rose. That puts the Tigers up 41-12. India had a very quiet second half. They give the ball back to Hardin County, and we go 5 plays, 32 yards with a 1-yard touchdown run by Cameron Heyman. And that pretty much concludes the ball game, Steve, as the Tigers win over NBA 48-12.
Well, some takes of the game. Of course, Carter was sharp. Ryan Weeks got in the action. Good to see Ryan from that tight end spot getting some catches tonight. Also, Kurt, things that we've talked about before, all of us have talked about, is throwing to our tailbacks out of the backfield. We saw a little bit of that tonight. And, probably not everything that they can do and will do as we move forward in the season, but they showed us a lot tonight against this team.
Well, there's some things that are a little different. The wide receiver screens that we've run a lot in the last 4, 5, 6 years, kind of a reliable play that you see those receiver screens, and we may see them, because they were up tight in man coverage, they may not have been wanting to do it, especially with the athleticism of their corners. But we may see some more of that. I thought that was kind of unusual, and it was easier to throw the back coming out of the backfield against their linebacker play than it was some of those receiver screens against their corners. I don't think Carter Smith, that I can recall, threw an uncatchable ball in the game. We had a couple of drops. But all in all, I mean, he was as sharp as you can ask for. The question's going to be against better teams, better defensive line, more sophisticated packages, teams that actually know where to line up. Is going to be harder. He's going to have more pressure, and that's not going to happen in every game. But as far as tonight, he didn't miss on a throw.
Saunders, Heyman, good 1-2 punch. Adam Harris, wild man as usual.
Yeah.
He didn't care who we were playing tonight. So offensively, you take that away. Defensively, we gave up some stuff, but it was unconventional the way they did their offense.
Well, one thing too is the
You got that Adam Harris mentality.
One of the things though about that tonight, I don't know if this was by design or just because you could, but he threw to probably 6 or 7 different guys that caught the football tonight. And if you're going to scout us, you're going to see that, and you're going to have to play a more basic defense, thinking we've got to guard all these guys, which may, and I hope, because these teams have had success against us coming with blitzes from the linebackers, usually sending 2 or sometimes 3 backers to put pressure on us. And maybe if they see that and we're able to execute that many different players in the game, that we won't get as much pressure as we have in some of these games before.
Yeah, I think the biggest emphasis probably this next week is going to be defensively. Just some things to clean up. We did see some improvement coming out of the half, a little bit more fine-tuned. I'm just excited for the versatility of what our offense can do, because like you said, Kirk, we got plenty of options, and Heyman and Saunders back in the backfield. What a luxury Carter has, and one thing we didn't really touch on a whole lot was our offensive line. Now, they didn't have the most elite defensive line in front of them, but they're big and they can open up holes and pass protect, and so that's going to go a long way as far as the season kind of holds for us. But kind of just getting back on the horse on Monday and fine-tuning some things up, because it's a different ball team coming in next week.
There's one thing, though, that's bottom line is you play a team that's got 3 or 4 guys like they did that have that much quickness and that much speed. They're going to have to really play a team football, and they're going to have to get multiple bodies to the point of attack, because if we saw what we were going to do in space.
Yeah.
If you get the ball to guys that have that much athleticism, we're going to have a hard time preventing those 40 and 50-yard touchdown scores where they get free. And you can do that. You just have to have more discipline. You have to play with more getting people in the right spots at the right time. And we kind of did that in the second half. So, but that's one thing you can't fix with a scheme, or no matter how good you coach. If you've got one guy going against three of yours, he makes all three miss and scores a touchdown, you can't put them in a better spot than that. And that's something that they're going to have to work on, which they can. I don't guess they played against any kind of speed like this all year. In the preseason, in the scrimmages, they didn't play anybody that had this kind of hops.
Well, we'll see. It's good to get a win next week. A little different animal coming to town. Very good football team that was in the semifinals last year, playing for a state championship in their 2022 season. So they're going to be well coached. And disciplined team coming in here next Friday night. Kickoff time is at 7 p.m. The Tiger pregame show brought to you by Central Bank at 6:30. And then all the festivities as the Tiger tailgate party at 5, Tiger walk at 5:55. Be sure to join us in the morning, starting off at 8 a.m. with Coach to Coach. And then me, Kurt, Kendall will be in with Sports Talk. Coach Smith will be in. He'll talk about tonight's game. And then we'll take a look at Giles County, as he'll probably have a little bit of a report on Giles County as we move into week 2. Thanks so much for tuning in. I want to thank Christian on the camera over there, as you can watch us streaming live at YouTube channel /93. Thanks to Clark at the station producing, did an outstanding job. And again, thanks to all of our sponsors each and every week. We'll see you next week at 6:30 for the Tiger pregame show, Giles County in town. And then me and Kirk and Kim will see you in the morning at 9 a.m. for Sports Talk. Have a great rest of your Friday evening, and so long, Tiger fans.